been farming all my life. Yeah, ever since I can remember, I was, born and raised on the farm. And ever since I could reach the pedals on the tractor, I've been doing this ever since and still doing it today. I think when I reached high school and I did night jobs in packing houses and stuff, and I realized, you know what, I want to be my own boss someday. And I thought this is the way to do it. I'm glad I did, because it's kind of starting to pay off now. And I like to get up in the morning and say, you know what, I'm my own boss, and this is my plan today, and I don't have to check with anybody, because that's my plan. And I've waited a long time to be able to say that. Some people ask me what I do. I say, well, I feed the world. And they kind of laugh and say, oh, really? That's part of it, I guess. You do feed the world, and you kind of got to take pride in part of that, too.
I've been farming since 1973. It's a way of life. It's ingrained in your soul. You don't learn it from a book. Nobody's going to teach it to you. My dad traveled around the country and farmed all over. He did a lot of custom work and traveled around the country doing farming clear back in the 30s. And he had a TD9 steel track dozer back in the 50s. So this track deal is nothing new to us. We had tracks. I grew up with that little dozer around until he got to 806. He'd drive his little F-14 from Magnolia clear down to Modale, and it only went like 3 or 4 miles an hour on the road to do custom listing or busting or plowing or something back then. I think a definition of a farmer is somebody that makes all his income off the land with his own 2 hands and his own gray matter between his ears. There's fewer of us all the time. It seems like we're doing a better job all the time. That's what being a farmer is, being particular. I like that. Driving itself and that all being perfect straight like that, that's great. I love it.
This operation I started about 41 years ago, and in 1976 we started this operation. My wife and I started with a 40 and have grown to 600 acres of owned and leased ground. We run about 150 to 160 bred females or mama cows that we raise seed stock from. Raising cattle is my way of life. It's something that come to me as a youth and something I fell in love with, and it's been a wild ride, but I wouldn't have changed anything about it. We love what we do. Well, farming to Iowa is what Iowa is. I mean, without agriculture in the state of Iowa, you wouldn't have any economy. With that said, farming today has boosted the state's economy to expectations that no one ever dreamed, and I wouldn't want to be any other place than Iowa, and feel blessed to be here. Agriculture wouldn't be for somebody unless they had a true passion for it, because the hours are long. There's a lot of outputs that brings on some stress. So with the labor and the time it takes, you better have a true passion for what you're doing. It takes years to grow and have any success. But if the love's there, every day is enjoyable. Even a bad day can be enjoyable if the passion and the love for what you're doing is there. I know after 41 years here, I know the sweat and blood that's went into it, and I raised a family here, and for many years I thought, I'll make this farm work. I'll get to a certain size, and when retirement age comes, I'll sell it and and enjoy life. I was blessed with farmland, and farming is a way of life, because here in Iowa our heritage is farming, and that's what we know. Whether you're raising livestock or crop, we have some of the richest soil in the world, and we've learned how to utilize it and make it as productive as possible, and that's just what we know. It's what it's always been.